ones preceding him who have had the same deal, how this goes on, how this is enabled. Bad look. And please take care of the tenants of this city.
Thank you, Mr. Lane. JP, followed by Clint, all as one.
Hello again. I'm back again just to address what happened to me before with the malicious prosecution. I still haven't heard anything back from the city attorney's office. Mr. Hess has still not contacted me. Right there, Chief Albanese, he hasn't contacted me yet either. I'm still concerned about the fact of malicious prosecution in the community, especially as it comes to stuff on the agenda, such as renters now being thrown off of their out of their apartments. Like, what's going to be done with that? Are people going to be maliciously prosecuted? Are they going to be thrown out of their apartments? Are they going to use the police and city attorney office and the city manager to remove these people that have been longtime residents that have no criminal records from a lot of people I've seen up here stating their comments? I find it very disconcerting because it's happened to me, where I've been maliciously prosecuted, where items have been, as I've stated to you guys before, things have been made up, compiled upon each other, and when they can't get a conviction on me, then they come up with some other means and some other fabricated evidence to then somehow find evidence and then charge me with a crime, which where's the victim in that? Aren't crimes supposed to deal with victims, causation, and factuality? If it's not, then they can just accuse anybody of anything, and people like this are going to be thrown out of their places for whatever means and whatever reasons are made up, which seems to kind of be the going theme and trend from what I've researched. I'd also like to state on the record, in 2011 to 2014, the FBI did an investigation on Burbank Police Department and found them to be one of the most corrupt police departments in the United States, let alone California. So I just wanted to state that on the record as well. And I'd like to know, where am I supposed to send, Mr. Schultz has given me information to send him videos or him information, and I have videos and information, and I'd like to know where I'm supposed to send that. And also, when I'm not getting body camera footage or other evidence that can go to show and prove my innocence, when I request that at the police station, I've been denied that. I've also gone through the city clerk's office and tried to request certain information and FOIA request, Freedom of California Information Act, and I have yet to receive information through that process as well. And like you told me last time to go through the court process, when I'm going through the court process and it's already corrupt, obviously, then, how am I supposed to prove my innocence if I'm already guilty? Anyways, thanks for your time. I hope you guys do actually look into this and nothing happens to these people that are now on the verge of being thrown out of their places and could face police at their door or the city attorney coming after them, which seems to be, like I said, the going theme. Thanks.
Thank you, JP. Clint also, followed by Kyle Parker.
Excuse me. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Honor City Council, my application is May 31st. So thank you for working on solutions to keep good tenants safe and whole who are being evicted at no fault of their own. Let me debunk the repeated arguments I've heard from the opposition over the past few weeks by starting with the broker whose ask here was to keep business as usual. I say fine, keep things the way they are, don't evict us. But he didn't mean business of housing people. He meant the business of increasing equity in a newly purchased property in order to leverage a down payment on another property. I've heard the landlords talk of costs and inflation with condescending words like, renters could never understand the costs we owners pay. Yet we renters are the ones who pay their leveraged loans with our rent earned through labor, and with every ache and pain, we understand the cost. As for inflation, rental inflation at 10% per year is 2% higher than 2022's, meaning renters, not property owners, continue to take the brunt of it. I've heard again and again about tenants who don't pay their I've heard of the magic words, we must protect the mom and pops, and I ask you, what are we protecting the mom and pops from? One less luxury vacation? A short delay on the purchase of their next property? What's happening is the forced displacement of the elderly, the working poor, and their children to increase the capitalization rate, with or without renovations, in order to increase equity, and then leverage that equity as a down payment on a similar property where the working poor, their children, and the elderly will in turn be evicted in order to repeat the cycle again and again. A clear decision is before you. Do nothing and protect investors against a cost affecting no more than their ego. Or do something and protect hundreds, if not thousands, of Burbank tenants from rape and ruin. I'm not being figurative. Anyone unhoused on the streets of Los Angeles or in temporary shelter is under 24-hour threat of rape, robbery, battery, and theft, especially women and children. It's far easier to keep people whole than to restore them. Please keep us safe. Please keep us whole. Respectfully, Clint Oswald.
Kyle Hardy, followed by David Dunn.
Hey guys, Mayor, City Council, is my first meeting. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming down.
I'm not nervous, I swear. So I've been in LA for about 7 years, and I've been a Burbank resident for about 2.5. And through that 7 years, I've been assistant director in film and TV, and it's been quite the grind, and I love it, and I don't intend to give it up, but there's a lot of downtime with the strike. You gotta fill your time properly, so I've become a small business owner for Burbank. In Burbank rather, I have 2 LLCs, one of which is called AIR, an acronym for And If I Refuse. So basically I'm a personal trainer, so I intend to offer value to the community of Burbank through that. I've also made an LLC known as Party Financial, basically the nice way of saying I'm a life insurance provider. So if anyone here is not protected or underprotected, give me a call. Anyways, so I am a small business owner. I'm looking forward to growing that along with you guys. I've become a business chamber of commerce member as of today. So clap it up for me, thank you. I applied for the Community Development Goals Committee as of today as well. I noticed that there's a vacancy available for that. So that is my first choice among 2 others, Planning Committee and the Parks and Rec Board. So I intend to do a little bit of research before the 30th and apply to one of those as well. And lastly, the reason why I want to do this is because I'm a big believer in growth, challenging yourself, and I have a strong affinity towards Burbank. For whatever reason, I don't know, I love this place, and I want to help an already flourishing and growing community to continue to grow. So I hope that you'll consider me for those 3 positions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hardy. David Donahue, followed by Jared Cavanola.
Mayor Anthony, Vice Mayor Schultz, council members, and talented staff. It's nice to be in front of the dais again. Vice Mayor Schultz, it's good to see you this evening. First, I'd like to thank Councilmember Tanahashi for your time in meeting with me. It's very expeditious, and welcome the community that, again, reiterate that the council is a group that you can reach out to, and they are going to be responsive. Thank you very much for your time. This Saturday was the first time I went to the police and fire department's event in their campus, and it was phenomenal. It was a great way. I think a lot of you were there, and I really applaud the effort and the work that the fire department and the police department puts into it. This evening, I want to talk about the districting mapping. And if some of you have not had a chance to get online to actually dive into that, I would welcome you to do it. It is phenomenally difficult. It is hard to be able to kind of get down the map and the statistics and the odds so that you can get under 10%, but then to get it even more hyper-focused into the particular neighborhoods that are now going to be following the 1, 2, and 3 levels of crime, the categories that the demographer said that you need to follow is difficult. One, it is neighborhoods, keeping them centered. It is different than the Burbank Unified School District, which actually, if you have not seen their map 104 yet, I encourage you to look at. It is not going to be, is my understanding, the city is not gonna have to follow or should follow those necessary sort of parameters. It is, and so I've sat down with people, I've tried to walk them through it, tried to get them to know it. There are a couple questions that I had with the demographer who was at the Saturday event, and I will hopefully be able to direct them either to Mr. Hess's office or to whomever. I might be able to get some clarification on how I can send a map if I've created it along with others, and we can share, which is a function of the online portal. You can share and do those things before you publish it and then share it with the city. Is if I had a map and I was modifying it, sharing it with other people, could they then look at it and say, oh, I like David Donahue's map. I want to submit it too. There's a few little details I'd like to get additional clarification on, or at the next community hearing or session where we could actually get a little bit more hands-on and kind of understand that process with the understanding that, according to our city attorney, is going to happen. We will have 5 districts. And so thank you very much for your time this evening, and I appreciate your service.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk Pavinomo, followed by Jose Pimienta.